Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. And yeah man, it's crazy, bro. I said I think in my last video, or maybe it was the video before that, that I was going to start being consistent again with making videos. I would be putting out videos like every 1 to 2 days, and I would be on top of it always, and I'd be, you know, and that did not happen. It's been what, like 7-8 days since my last upload, yeah, that did not happen. But you know, just dealing with life stuff and I guess adult stuff, or I guess adulting, if you want to, I guess if that's the term for it, and just like trying to navigate doing this YouTube thing while also, you know, having to adult basically. And so yeah, I still obviously want to make videos. This is something that I enjoy doing, and I want to keep doing it, and keep making content and keep pushing forward with this, as long as I can. And so, yeah, but that is just how I wanted to start this video off. But the main thing that we will be talking about in this video is, if you haven't heard, and you probably have heard, Xbox had major layoffs as of like, essentially this happened a couple days ago. So I'm kind of late to the party when it comes to like covering this, as I feel like I am with a lot of things, I feel like, but I still wanted to talk about it anyway, even if nobody, you know, watches it or anything like that. But yeah, talking about the Xbox layoffs, over 9,000 people were laid off recently, and also some games were canceled as well. The Perfect Dark game that was being made by Initiative has been canceled. That game's been canceled. The studio, or I guess, yeah, the Initiative, the studio making the game, was shut down as well, and I think some other games were canceled as well. I think one of the games were called, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was called like Everwilds, I think was the name of the game. And yeah, man, it's like, I don't know, it's like another day, another set of layoffs. It really does feel like that. Like, yeah, we've gotten, like, this one feels the worst though, because it's like, I feel like it's the biggest one that we've heard of so far. I feel like in terms of layoffs, like over 9,000 people, like over 9,000 people lost their jobs. Like, that is just insane to me. Like, it's so like sad and depressing just thinking that like you have like this job that you enjoy doing. You get to make video games for a living, and you know, you're passionate about what you're doing. Hopefully you're passionate about whatever game you're making and whatever thing you're creating, and like, you know, whatever position you are in that job, whether you're like a art designer, or if you're a gameplay, you know, developer, or I don't know the terms for the certain things that you do at like developing studios, but like, you know what I mean. And just for that to like be taken away from you just prematurely, and just like, yeah, you don't have a job anymore, I'm sorry, bye. It's just like, yeah, man, that sucks. And it just seems like it's becoming the norm as of recently. And yeah, there's been layoffs before, well, especially recently there have been a lot of layoffs before. And obviously if you go down the history of like, you know, video game development history, or like, you know, making, or like whatever, yeah, there have been layoffs before. But it just seems like as of late, especially last year, this year, I think maybe the year before this, like there's just been just this, I don't know the word to describe it, just like this unwavering, like it just seems like the developers are just not, they just seem like they're cannon fodder, if that makes any sense. Like the developers who make this, who make these games, just seem like they don't matter like to these bigger companies. And like, okay, yeah, shocker, like, you know, the big companies don't care about the people that are, you know, down or that are below them. Like, yeah, okay, that's not a shocker at all. Like come on now. But like, it just sucks that this is happening at all, and it sucks that this is just happening to a bunch of people, and now these people have to go out and find new jobs, and that's probably going to be hard, especially in the economy that we live in nowadays, where it just seems like getting a job is near to impossible. And freaking, I don't know, it's so like messy, and it's so like, dang, like how can we let this like happen? And you know, I've read some articles, and I've, you know, heard people talk about this, and I guess like I want to say, well, maybe like the reason that they are laying off these people is that like it's supposed to like saving money for the company, or like making sure the company, you know, is healthy in like the long run and all this other stuff. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, Microsoft is a multi-billionaire company that has so much money that out the wazoo that I'll probably never have in my lifetime. That is just like, did you like, I don't know, it just, I just feel like that's like kind of like, and maybe it does have to work like that. I don't know, like I don't run businesses, I don't know anything about how to run a business and like what it takes to make a business profitable, and like, you know, what, you know, you have to do. And, you know, I don't want to like come up here and act like I know that, like, you know, Phil Spencer, like I know how to do his job, because I don't. You know, it's probably way harder than, you know, we probably think. But it just like sucks when you hear that like we have to fire all these people just to make sure that our job, or I guess our company, is able to make more money in the long run. It's just hearing stuff like that. It's just like all right, I guess. It just coming back to like the Perfect Dark situation, just like that game being what it ended up being, and like, because we only saw the game, what, like, I guess technically twice we saw the game, because it was originally shown off at the Game Awards. It was like a CGI, you know, animation, or like a CGI trailer, like whatever, and that was the first time that we saw the game. And then I think like, yeah, a couple of years later, we actually got to see gameplay for the game itself. And like looking back at the gameplay that we got for the game, it looked pretty cool. Like I've never played any of the Perfect Dark games before, but you know, this one looked interesting and, you know, cool, I guess. But it's interesting because I actually found out recently that like that whole gameplay section that they had for that particular game wasn't actually the game itself. Like that whole thing that they put together for that showcase, like that wasn't even what the game was going to be like at all, apparently. Or I guess like play like, or look like at all. I don't know like the extent of how true that is. But it's just like, wow, it's just like that game was announced, and it kind of feels like this with like, just like with Xbox in general, when you just look at like, because I just remember when they, you know, announced all those studios that they were acquiring, and like all the like studios that they were buying up just to like, you know, produce, you know, first party games, because, you know, that's why, you know, you buy all these studios so they can produce you like, you know, first party titles for your console or like whatever. And it just kind of seems like now it's like, I don't know, it's like Perfect Dark is canceled now. Freaking Fable is not coming out until 2026. I don't know, like what if that game gets canceled? Like freaking Gears of War E-Day, I know, is still coming out. I know they recently released I forget the name of the game, but it was like set in the South. I think it was called like South of Midnight. South of Midnight. Yeah, that was the name of the game. And that game came out, and I heard people did enjoy that game. But like, I don't know, when it comes to like actually promising like new titles and like new games. Like when you like see a game like Perfect Dark get canceled, you start to worry about like the future of like some of these other titles, because are they gonna get canceled? Like, are they gonna flip the switch? Like, yeah, it's just like, I feel like it's like so messy, and it's so like, I don't know, it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like Xbox is not, and then like obviously it's been like this for a while, but it just feels like Xbox doesn't know what they're doing. They, you know, they have Game Pass, but like, you know, and Game Pass is like, you know, it is nice to have, obviously, because, you know, you can get games with a subscription model, and, you know, you get all these free games, I guess technically like day one on Xbox Game Pass, and that does seem nice. And it's also like even like worse when you hear things like one of the people at like Xbox, or I think one of the head people at like Xbox, were saying that like or they were like talking about like for all the people who like lost their jobs or something like that, you should use AI to cope with these hard times, or use Chat GPT. And I'm just like, how? Like
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
like, how out of touch do you have to be to say something like that? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, and I guess his whole purpose was like, he was like, to relieve the stress and burden of having to find a new job in the industry or something like that. You should use AI or ChatGPT to form a plan of like how to get back into the gaming industry, or how to put get yourself back out there in terms of like finding a job or like whatever. And like I don't know. I guess like I just really want to know if he was actually, because maybe he was actually genuinely trying to like give it like help or like advice, but like that's like what kind of advice is that? Like, what kind of like, yeah, you lost your job, so like, I don't know, go ask AI go ask AI to help you, or like whatever. Like, I don't know, like it just seems like it just seems like bad, like especially when you have AI and you have, you know, people losing their job, and like you have, you know, the real threat of like AI replacing some of these people's jobs and stuff like that. And so like I don't know, that just felt so like out of touch and just like kind of like stupid. Like, why would you say that? But I don't know. I don't know anything. But yeah, just coming back full circle to like everything. Layoffs suck, and I feel like at this point it's not, I just don't see things getting necessarily better right now, and that, you know, definitely sucks. And you know, for all the people who lost their jobs, this is like, it has to suck, and you know, you have to find new jobs. I mean, especially for people who have families, and they have to, you know, make a living in order to feed their family and like provide for their families or like whatever. It must, I can't imagine how hard it must be right now. And like, I just hope everyone who like got laid off, they, you know, bounce back and they find a job, and like hopefully they are able to, I don't know, make the most out of the circumstances that they're in right now. But yeah, man, another round of layoffs, another day to be sad, I guess. But hopefully we get to a point where this is just not the norm anymore. Like, hopefully we get to a point where these companies aren't laying off their people just in like massive waves. Like, it's a definitely a tough time in the gaming industry right now, and I can't imagine being just like a person in like the video game industry trying to make it, and like stuff like this happening. It just makes you not want to like be a part of the gaming industry when you hear like all these people just losing their jobs and stuff like that. It just feels like there's no job security, and it just feels like there's no way of being safe, especially in times like this, man. And so yeah, I definitely it definitely sucks that I have to make videos like this, but like I feel like it is important to like touch upon these issues that we have in the gaming industry, and hopefully they get better, and hopefully we find new ways to, prevent stuff like this from happening in the future, hopefully. So yeah, man, that's it. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, I guess leave your thoughts and comments in the I don't even know how to outro my I don't even know how to outro my own video anymore. Freaking just leave what you think in the comment section below. Leave your opinions on what you think of Xbox and these layoffs as of recently and everything. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. So bye.